You just don't do the pat now or what?
The audience.
I
All right.
What do you got? You said you had stories.
Yeah, I do have a few.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So remember we were on that road trip down to San Diego, and I was telling you about a certain friend of mine and how his life was changed completely because he decided to eat a corn dog.
Yes, you need to tell that story.
Okay,
because
so-
you told me that story and I felt bad for the rest of the day. And now that you reminded me, I feel bad for him.
So imagine this. I have a friend, he came from Syria, and he obviously does not know like our customs here, or did not know, because now he's lived here for more than 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
And I just titled this like Sarab's Unfortunate Event. One day we were over there, we were in the cafeteria, and he was just like munching on these corn dogs, and he loved these corn dogs.
Yeah.
Like these were the best meal he's ever tried here in America. And I look at him and I'm like, "Hey, Sarab, like, I thought you guys couldn't eat that." And he's like, "What? What do you mean?" In his background, he's a Muslim,
Yeah.
right? And he goes, "What do you mean? Is this pork?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's pork."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh my God, like you have no idea how bad this is."
Yeah.
So I basically ruined his favorite meal of all time.
Well, and I remember you told me too, he had like stocked his fridge full of
Yeah,
them.
like he had.
So he had to take them back.
I don't know, either that
Or
or he
maybe
threw
he-
them out,
maybe-
or he was just like
Maybe he just powered through
he
them.
just
and
powered through them and ate
Yeah,
them.
respect.
Yeah, and that's something that sucks, because it's like, imagine your favorite meal being
Stripped from
taken.
you.
Yeah,
he took it from him.
And
You did that.
Yes, I did.
You did that.
I did.
You did
I
that.
changed his life for the better because I saved him from committing sin.
Yeah.
And the reason why I mention this is because you keep telling me that pork meat has no nutrition,
Yeah.
and it has no value for a human. And going back to the religious aspect of it, we have, for a Muslim, they think that it's just the bad qualities of it. Like, for example, like qualities as in character of a pig, like how they're filthy, they
Oh,
are
true.
slobbish.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
And I thought it would be more towards like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Jesus and Legion.
You told me about it, but I don't remember.
So the story goes, in the Bible it says that when Jesus was in the desert, he was just walking through, and he comes up on a guy, and this guy was possessed by a demon called Legion.
Yeah.
And Legion is actually many, right? So when he confronts Legion, they go and they tell him, "Oh, we are Legion." So that's where the name comes from, Legion. And he goes, "You know what? I want you to leave this man and just let him be." And they were afraid of Jesus because they know he's the Son of God.
Yeah.
So what happens then is that Legion leaves this body, this man, and they enter pigs. And then the pigs just, jump off a cliff and go back into the sea. And it's crazy because they say that the domain of the devil is in the sea.
See, but the reason that I tell you that pork is bad is just because nutritionally it is bad. Like there's no nutritional value to pork.
But carnitas are good, man.
Oh my God. See, we were just talking about this at the gym, where it's hard to, in our city, it's hard to tell people about how bad pork is, because they've literally told me like, "Oh, I can't go a day without my triple decker hot Cheeto chili bean pork."
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know how people could just live on like asada fries and
you were just telling, and
reason why I brought it up was because of those
man fries.
Those man fries.
Hoppa J's. Shout out Hoppa J's.
Man, those things were so good.
Yeah, and I'm honestly surprised. For the whole time that I was down, they're in San Clemente. They're in San Clemente, California. The whole time I was down there, I remember during my whole service, I remember thinking like, why haven't they done like we do our own little challenges?
Yeah.
They do
Oh
like,
yeah, because there's such a large amount.
and it's an appetizer.
I know,
Remember,
that's
like
crazy. That's you could feed what about 6 people with that.
yeah, we got it. Well, and it even says like for 4 people. It's like there's no way like 4 people could eat that whole thing. First of all, but yeah, so it's an appetizer, and they know already. Like they're aware. We talked to one of the workers there. They're aware
That it
that
could be.
people already do like their own challenge.
Well, he was saying there when we got there, he's like, yeah, I think there was only one guy that was able to kill that whole tray.
Yeah, and
Like we're talking about a standard medium pizza
Yeah.
tray full of what the pulled pork, the fries, and the condiments that it has.
Yeah, it's like ranch. It's got pulled pork, fries, ranch, like a lot of ranch, like too
Yeah.
much ranch, and then cheese. You can never have enough
Cheese, yeah.
cheese. And then it has like barbecue. It's got like Hawaiian barbecue sauce on it because it's like a Hawaiian themed,
It is, yeah.
right? It's like a Hawaiian barbecue themed restaurant.
Yeah, I think so.
And
I've only had that. It was that one time.
yeah, true. And there's just so much to it that I can't even imagine how one person.
Could just finish that.
Yeah.
And he would just chill. Like
Yeah.
just eat it and then go on his way. Like if he was on a mission, he was just preparing himself.
And I don't
with
get
this.
how they haven't done a challenge.
No, I mean they should.
Because
everybody else has a challenge.
I remember we told him is like, we gave him like a little business tip. It's
Yeah.
like, if you guys ever see business dwindling, just do a challenge on the man fries. But yeah, damn, that dish is crazy. That dish
Super
is
good.
crazy. We'll go get one this weekend.
Yeah. I love pig.
No, dude. Yeah, I don't know. And like my grandfather comes from a Muslim background, but us like I never grew up in it really, and I never really grew up around the Arab side of my family, but I've just never had a thing for pork. Like I think growing up, like the texture of it, the way that
Yeah.
I was like consuming it, because every time I'd have pork, it was like in menudo or like in
Right, right.
like where it's like tongue, or it's like not tongue, but it's like the fats of the pork or something.
That's right. Yeah.
And I didn't like it. Like I hated it.
Well, I could say the opposite because as a Hispanic background, we eat
Because
is pork.
that's because you grew up eating it, and I grew up eating
Correct.
it, and we probably grew up eating it the same ways.
Probably, but
it's just a
I
texture
just
thing.
love it.
It's just a texture thing.
It could be.
That's all it
yeah,
is.
I know a lot of people that they can't do texture.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I used to be like that for some foods, like mushrooms. Mushrooms used to be a texture
yeah.
thing, and then like they do say like you grow up, and most people they end up liking mushrooms. Like I don't know.
I mean, try shrooms once and you might like it.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Whole realm of things.
But yeah, I don't know. Like growing up, texture for me was weird. Like even Jello to this day is like,
Really?
unless it's in the form of a shot, it's like not for me.
A Jello show.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard? I came across this morning. Have you ever heard of the Christian Ouija board?
That is so contradicting. No.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Because we're
First off,
used to the traditional like Ouija board where a lot of people say that they summon demons and all that, right?
Yeah, it's like the tarot people, like whatever. I don't know who does it, but like the tarot card readers and all that. That's how you say it, right? Tarot.
Tarot, yeah, I think
Tarot
it is.
cards.
Or tarot. Now you have me second guessing that. But today I saw that apparently someone created this Christian one in which you're able to speak to angels and God and all that. I thought it was the most crazy thing.
Is there
I've
like
seen
videos?
so far.
Is there
There
videos?
is. I just saw it on TikTok today, and it has the design itself. You have a infinity loop, right?
Okay.
And you have the letters going around that infinity loop.
It sounds okay.
And
I think I've seen. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it has that, and then it has the Holy Spirit down here, Jesus up here, and then it says like communicate with God.
And there's people doing this.
There's people doing it.
So what's the goal? Like what are the?
I don't know. I guess those who want to be closer to
So they're
communicating themselves
praying
with
through
God.
it, maybe?
I guess. But I remember in that same video, there was a priest that said that it is not necessarily that.
Yeah.
Obviously, demons use this as a gateway to continue talking to someone, like almost the same exact way as a
As a
normal
regular Ouija board. Yeah. So don't play with Ouija boards,
Don't.
kids.
No.
Don't play with them.
Don't.
So like, and that's why like when you said Christian Ouija board, I'm like, that's so contradicting.
That's just what it's called. But yeah, because it has all this.
Does it have a name? Like, is it just called Christian Ouija, or is it like did someone come up with like some
Nothing yet, but the prayer Ouija board. I don't know. Like
yeah.
All
like,
I saw was Christian Ouija board, and I thought that was funny, because it's so contradicting. It's an oxymoron at that point.
Yeah, that's a good use of that word.
Yeah,
you teach me new words.
Do you believe in demons, or like?
We talked about it kind of on the first podcast. Remember, like talking about it, manifest it, right? Remember we talked about that. Yeah. So it's not that like how do I put this? If you're to believe in something is to make it exist, kind of
it's
a
like
way.
Feeding into the actual idea of it.
Yeah, and it's like, and plus, I think on the first podcast, what I said was demons don't present themselves as something otherworldly.
That's right. Yeah, we were talking about how they, in our dimension, as per se, we perceive them only to our features. Like if you can only see how we are, that's the only way you can see it.
Because it's like we only know what we've seen, right? So like the way that we're going to see evil, if you will, is in the form of what we already know, which could be like something we fear. So like I know for some people, like they see evil dogs everywhere because they're scared of big dogs. Or some people they see like
the demon hounds.
They see gargoyles, right? Because they're like scared of crows or birds or something. Like, you know, they're superstitious or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's the question, do you believe in demons is like, it's two-sided, I feel like.
It could be.
It's like...
You can't believe in good without believing in evil, right?
Right. And like, it begs the question, like, do you believe in ghosts, right? It's kind of like the same.
It could be.
It's the same, but it's not. I don't know. Here's a weird question. Okay. If you could pick any skill to master, like overnight, what skill would it be?
I'd love to learn music.
Okay, so
music,
like an instrument?
So musically challenged. It's
so what do you mean? Like what would you want to do? What would be your end game outcome? What are you trying to perform at the Super Bowl type shit or?
No, I just would like to play anything. I remember I wanted to play guitar or I wanted to play piano, and I was so like clumsy at it. Like my fingers would get stuck, and it'd be the most challenging thing. And you know, it's something that I thought would come naturally. But I think that would be it. You know, maybe I could serenade someone later on.
So you can't even sing then?
Fuck. No, I can't. No, I wouldn't be able to. Not that I know of. I've heard, they've told me that I could, but I'm so like self-conscious about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe it could be that. I
sounds
could
like we'll just get you like
myself.
We'll just get you like a music package for Christmas or something.
Probably.
Like we'll get you a music lesson package or something like that.
It will give me a music tutor.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the one skill that I would want to master, because I really like cooking, but I'd like to be like great at it. But I also feel like for cooking, like the greats, I guess with the lifestyle that I live, it's too much. It would be too much, right? So like when I say I want to be great at cooking, or like I'd love to master cooking, it would be like cool to do it for, I guess, hosting stuff. But I don't even do that now. So it's like, I feel like it would be like one of those challenges I would just want to see if I could conquer. Yeah. But to become good at something like that overnight is like kind of missing out on half the journey.
Well, it's a lot of practice, that's for sure. But I'm sure if you start doing it, it's just a matter of just like getting to know yourself.
I know what skill it would be.
What was that?
It would be whatever that guy from Jackass.
The guy from Jackass.
The main guy. What's his name? Steve-O?
Steve-O, yeah.
Whatever he's done to like body harden himself, I'd want to master that overnight. I would just be like jumping off 20-foot roofs just for fun.
Yeah,
with no broken legs.
Yeah, Man of Steel right there.
Yeah, that would be the skill. Because then it's like, think about it, right? So you can kind of get away with anything after that. Because then it's like, I can go, I don't know, like you wouldn't be so afraid to get yourself into weird predicaments at that point, because you'd be like, I've been through this. I know my body can handle it. And
let's do it. I remember seeing something, and it said that there is this challenge that you could do. Go into a public space, like let's say a mall, and you just sit there without even talking to anybody, without explaining yourself.
It's like a mental challenge?
Yeah. So it prepares you to like.
What would you do if you just went in the mall and see someone
I
sitting
don't
there?
know.
Well, I don't know. See, because in this city, like it's bound
they
to
probably
happen.
wouldn't care,
Right? Because it's like, is that a homeless
but
person?
they
or?
say that it would improve on yourself, like your self-esteem, like you won't be worried about being judged by others. You just go and you sit in the middle of, like, let's say the food court on the ground, or like in the middle of the whole mall, and just sit there. And if they talk to you, just ignore them, and that helps you. They say just for your self confidence.
Yeah.
Just sit there and let people react to you, but you'll harden up.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that.
No,
I don't. And it's not even like, I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable. I always tell people like, I have no shame. I'll just do it. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty comfortable. Like, but just something about that, it makes me feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Like,
I'd feel like I'd get too nervous. I'd probably just laugh the whole time, or like
I'd turn into the Joker.
Yeah, I'd start looking around and be like,
see what I'm talking about?
I'd be like, damn.
What's one thing you've always wanted to try?
One thing about skydiving.
We've been talking about going skydiving. Yeah, skydiving would be cool, but you ever have those dreams where you're like, where you're falling?
Yeah.
And then like you just jolt awake.
Do you know what
is there? Oh, okay.
That?
What is there? A theory? There's something behind this.
Yes, there is. There's always something behind.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so
You're
they say
my life right now. I can tell.
They say yes, I will. I'm sorry, Sarab. I'm sorry, Amro, but they say that if you ever feel like you're falling, it's like if they're bringing you up, like your soul, they're grabbing onto your soul.
Oh,
you're like,
I've heard
like dying, but the angels are clumsy and they drop you back.
So in a way, first of all, angels being clumsy is that's a predicament that somebody needs to fix. So in a way, my soul has been skydiving.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
In a way, yeah. And
that sounds pretty cool to me.
Feeling.
That's like a bar right there.
Feeling. My soul is falling.
Yeah, my soul has been skydiving.
Sheesh. Oh, you don't want to be a fallen angel.
No. Why are you making it negative? Skydiving, yeah. I feel like one thing I've always wanted to try. I don't know. It'd be something weird. It'd be like peanut butter with ham.
Braille.
No, it'd be something stupid.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter and ham. Yeah, it would be something dumb. It would be like, what's two things that go together that shouldn't?
Have you heard of crazy food combinations?
No,
like watermelon and mustard.
Yes, I think actually you told me about that, and I lost my mind because it just sounds like a sin. It sounds like you shouldn't do it.
I tried it. It wasn't as good as people. If people would say,
I'm walking away.
A lot of people said it was good, so I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and try it, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I
good.
bet it wasn't.
It only tastes like mustard. It tastes like watered down mustard.
What about? So, who tried that? Was someone like? It's got to be one of the.
I feel like it's one of those people that eat freaking cushions for like like meals. Like, have you ever seen that where
no,
people eat unedible things?
People are just eating pillows?
There's a whole show on it.
No.
Yeah, there's a girl that eats tires. There's a girl that eats mattresses. There's a show on this.
Why do they do this?
It's just a weird habit.
People are just out here eating pillows? Habit.
It's like, I guess one day they just started eating a little cotton swab, and it led to a mattress.
I have nothing to say about that. I really don't.
I watch a lot of shit. And you've told me this. You're like, hey, stop watching movies.
Yeah,
stop watching shows.
We've discussed how you were the king of like useless information.
References, yeah.
And I don't even know how you remember it. Because it's not the fact that you remember weird shit. It's the fact that you remember the detail.
Yeah.
There's like a level of detail where you're just like, you can explain, like, it's like you can explain the way they were standing in whatever video or like whatever article you read. Yeah, that's what concerns me, because I'm like, what is it about those stories that
I don't know. I guess you could. It's it might be some photographic memory type deal, but it's just details that cling on to me. They just stick.
Yeah, I don't know. That really, it hurts my heart.
It hurts.
It hurts my heart that people are out here eating mattresses. I feel like mattresses aren't for eating, they're for laying.
No, they're not. Well, that's the thing. She was in that video. It shows her laying on a mattress, just digging into the sides, eating it, or people eating TP.
You think it's actually a mattress?
Yeah.
Do you think it's like cotton candy?
Could be.
Right?
Could be.
Has anyone?
Nobody has debunked that.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no MythBusters series that shows that. But
people are gonna watch whatever they're
I
gonna
think
watch.
the word for that is called pica. Pica is the word that describes people who eat unedible things.
Inedible.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called. Pica.
But okay, so if there's a word for it, people are doing it too much. If there's a word, it's like when you see those rules, the signs, where it's like
not edible.
Yeah, or it's like, please don't put your tongue on this, and it's like, okay, well,
people just
which dumbass decided to lick that?
well, you say this, but people decided to try milk. You imagine being the first person to grab onto that udder and just suck on it, or like, how do you even discover that?
I can't help but think that was something sexual.
Fetishes.
Like it's got to be like just some sad little fella who's just all by himself with him and his little cow.
I have questions for that cow.
Can we get the cow on the show? Yeah, I think about that for a lot of stuff. It's like I'll be eating like potatoes is a perfect example. Yeah. It's like who pulled this out of the ground and was like, yeah,
this is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a bite, like an apple. Who was just like, yeah, that's fine. No big deal.
An apple. Who decided to start cooking something?
The question is like, how many trials did it take to get to where the food is good now? Right, because it's like, if you think about it,
well, a lot of the food now is genetically like composed. Sure. Like if you see the evolution of food, like bananas, right? Yeah. Bananas have the small little seeds, but if you look at its origin, it had huge seeds. Yeah. Like almost like pomegranate. And it was just like the less of the fruit was the edible part.
How do kiwis grow? It's seeds.
Think they're trees, right? Like
it's got seeds in it.
Seeds.
But the seeds are tiny.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, well, I guess orange seeds are tiny too. So the question is, if you take kiwi, the seeds, the little black seeds out of them, does each of those create like a new little...
Well, how would it even do that? Like it's a fruit, right? Like would it have to dry and then drop its seeds, or would animals have to eat it and then,
shit it out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
There's a lot of berries, a lot of seeds do that. Or it'd be like the pines.
So blueberries, if you just take a blueberry and put it in the floor, it just becomes... What do blueberries come off of?
Stems, right?
I don't know.
It's a bush.
Is it like a grape bush? Like a vine?
Yeah, I think so. Blueberries.
For some reason, blueberries coming off a vine makes me uncomfortable.
Why?
I just feel like they should come off trees.
Well, it's a shrub, right?
Because when I think of blueberry, I don't know. Is it a shrub?
I think so.
King of plants. I don't know.
No, arborist.
I feel like when I look at palm trees, the little black seeds that come off of palm trees.
Well, aren't those dates?
Are they?
I think they are.
No way.
Yeah, dates come from palms. It's that little fruit that they give.
I feel like...
Or is it specific to what type of palm it is?
So... Do you guys
coconuts.
Know? Do you know?
No?
Did you look that up?
Right? Like
blueberries come from bushes. I'm really interested about figs now. Dates.
Figs.
Well, it's the same. Is it the same thing? No, it's different things.
Figs come from fig trees.
Shut up. How dare you? How dare you just insult me?
Come on, you should know this. We live in Fresno. Fresno was mainly all fig trees. What was your favorite movie of all time?
Okay, so there's categories to this. In my heart, I can't pick one because I have a Treasure Planet shirt And
Oh,
like
I love Treasure Planet.
treasure most underrated
Love
movie
it. Yeah.
that's ever come out. And I always read articles. I don't know how true these are. I've never deep dived into it.
Okay.
But Treasure Planet apparently was like underfunded on purpose. Like
Oh, it was like they thought it would fail.
yeah, like they didn't even want to release it, but I guess somebody pushed for it to be released.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Treasure Planet has to be like up there with maybe that's like the anime.
That's
like
more of a childhood one.
sure, yeah,
Okay, like you said,
the
it was the
nostalgia
categories.
and honestly, like not even just the nostalgia. Like it's so not relatable, but it's so it's like it's timeless. That's the best word for it.
It is very timeless.
It's time, and because there's so many lessons that like come out of that.
Yeah.
That
Like
movie.
Shrek.
What? No, what?
Yeah, like Shrek has a lot to show. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, or like, girls would always choose the tall guy over the short guy.
Is that what they were going for?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm just making things up. But.
Yeah, this is okay. Treasure Planet has to be the probably like number one. It's got to be number one because it was made so long ago and it's still like it's timeless.
Well, its animation was far beyond its time.
For its time, yeah. They say that.
You see animation nowadays, like She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Where it's like CGI is crap.
Yeah.
And you look at these 2000 movies and they're amazing.
Yeah.
Like Pixar when it first started with Toy Story.
Yeah.
Toy Story then was amazing. For its time. I mean, early 90s, late 90s, whenever it came out.
Yeah, Toy Story. I was never too hype about Toy Story. Mm-hmm. To be honest, like I don't really understand the hype behind Toy Story. I'm not knocking it. It's a great movie, but like, according to like directors and other people who write films and stuff like that, it is like one of the most perfect movies. That's like I guess one of the most perfect series up until
Rotten Tomatoes.
I guess like Toy Story 4 was like over the top for people. Yeah. They were just like we shouldn't have done that. But yeah, I don't know. The hype behind Toy Story, like I never got it. But yeah, Treasure Planet when it comes to animated, I feel like because it's timeless. And then I feel like my favorite movie that I could watch, that I have watched over and over again is 1917. Have you ever seen that movie?
1917. Is that the war one?
Yeah, it's about World War One. And
is this the one where he like runs the whole time?
Yeah,
it's just like two soldiers tasked with finding someone.
Yeah, so it's it's all set on a mission. So like this one kid who goes in, he's given a task to go rescue another kid because that kid's brother was like caught in the line of duty or something like that, or was like his brother was gonna go on like a suicide mission basically, and so they were trying to go stop it. And the thing that I liked about that movie was that it's a continuous shot.
Oh yeah, it's cinematic features.
Yeah,
you're right. So, I did see something on that.
So there's only, and obviously like, I'm not saying continuous shot like they shot it all in one day because they didn't do that, but the way that they were able to direct it was it flowed so perfectly. Well. Like there's no cut. There's one cut in the whole movie.
Wow.
And it's because he gets knocked out to where he blacks out.
Yeah.
And so like that's it. And then even then after he wakes up, it's just like a continuous shot. Like it's just
continues from there.
Because what's impressive about that is as the scene is set, they'll do like whatever the plot of that scene was intended for. And then as it pans out, as they're walking over to the next scene, you can still see the actors in the background still acting. So it's like crazy. It's like they were not stuck, but they were instructed to be like
just continue on with the movie.
Yeah, they were instructed like keep acting until we literally tell you like not to, which is I'm sure.
Who was the director of this?
I don't remember his name.
No.
But I remember the writer and the producer, and I remember the reason it was written is actually pretty deep.
Really? What do you mean?
It's based on like like true events or like a true story.
Wow. I seen it's a sad movie. It's a very like tragic like perspective on war.
And what's cool about it is it's a sad story, but the guy who wrote and produced it, he was the grandson of the grandfather who told him this story.
Wow.
So basically, this grandson was told this story by his grandfather when he was a kid, and
Right.
he remembered it. He remembered it. Like, I don't know if it was like
Well,
a
it's just
campfire story where they told it all the
It
time.
might have been his favorite story
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
And he remembered it, and what's cool to me is that like that kid told himself is like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
grow up.
I'll
I'm gonna grow up
do
to
it.
do
Yeah.
to make this, like, so this
That's
story
a
is told.
skill, yeah.
And so like at the end of it, you can look at it'll tell you like story told by the grandfather's name, and then written and produced by the grandson's name.
Damn.
And like if you
Yeah.
think about it like from a family perspective, like that's pretty deep, right? Like
Yeah, no. That goes above
yeah.
enemy lines, that's for sure. That is crazy.
Yeah, it has to be it's got to be my favorite movie, just based on the sentiment alone of like
Right.
the fact that that was the case where the grandson grew up to be.
Okay, my movie does not compare.
Yeah.
Because that one is pretty deep, and I was just gonna say like John Wick or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, John Wick movies are great.
Oh,
I
they're
mean,
amazing.
but which John Wick is your favorite?
I'd say the second one.
Like, which one was that? What did he do
This
in that
is
one?
the one where he recovers his car,
Uh-huh.
and then now he's after the guy who brought him back in, or actually the guy who helped him out comes to his house, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to do this," and then that's how he actually like dives back into the whole John Wick realm.
Who helped him out? I don't remember that at all.
It was.
I remember the way the first one ended. He didn't
It
kill
was that
someone in the hotel.
Italian guy.
The manager of the hotel.
No, not the manager. His name was Santino del Toro or something.
That's his name in the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember that name.
yeah. It was that guy, and he had tasked him to kill his sister, and so he has to go to Rome to kill her.
And who was his sister again? Who did that end up being?
She was the next one in line for the high table.
Yeah, but what did she look like? Like, what was her? What was her?
She only came out for a few.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
So it wasn't even like focused on her. Like she wasn't
No.
like a major villain in the whole thing.
Nope, not at all. She was just like the reason why John Wick had to come back to kill her for him.
Yeah.
So he could be the next one on the high table.
Yeah. See, I don't remember that movie at all.
Yeah.
For some reason, I remember the third one the most because he got exiled,
Mhm.
and then, well, the third one was, yeah, he killed someone in the hotel, right?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
he got
so they
exiled,
got
and then
him.
the fourth, and then the fourth one was the real crazy one where everyone was trying to kill him. Yeah, I don't know. The John Wick movies are good, but I wouldn't. I'm gonna get so much shit for this. I wouldn't say that they're timeless.
Yeah.
The action is great. It's great because it's a John Wick movie. It's like Mission
Yeah.
Impossible movies.
Mhm.
Right? I don't know if that's a really bad
Just the
comparison.
character,
Yeah, because they shaped the characters back, like the way that Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
That's daddy,
yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
come
God
on.
bless his soul.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy. Well, he's got himself, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
One of the most amazing people you could ever meet. He's like the kindest. He gives half his
Yeah.
earnings to charity.
I remember reading where he gives most of his profits from his movies to like
Just some
shelters
sort of
or
charity.
I think it's military. It's
Is
like
it
he
really?
gives it a lot. He gives a lot to like veteran
Wow.
resources or something like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously he actually did a lot of live training with military to become
right.
John
Yeah,
Wick,
John
to
Wick.
become the character of John Wick.
Yeah.
If you watch, I don't know if you ever seen it, and I'll post a clip. I'll put a clip up.
Yeah.
Some of the training that he's done on shooting ranges.
Yeah. No. He's a method actor.
Yeah,
He
dude, and
really dives into it.
he's good.
Yeah,
he's
he
better.
is.
He's better than
Well,
but he's better than most military people I've
Yeah.
met. Being in the military, like he's pretty damn good. He takes it very seriously,
yeah, he does.
and he's so humble about it.
Yeah. The reason why it's one of my favorites is just like you said, overall action. But I did see a theory on it where it said that John Wick is actually a part of the Matrix series, where it's like the Matrix is like the prequel to John Wick, and it was just like
Yeah,
Neo's like side quest or something like that.
yeah, and they also they're trying to like intertwine all of Keanu Reeves' movies together in some way. So it's like
Really?
and if you think about it, like it could work because the Matrix was based on a simulation, and so everything he's done up until then could technically fall within that
The
realm.
simulation, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Westworld type thing.
Yeah.
But my favorite, like, I guess, theory would be Constantine being part
Constantine.
of being Constantine being part. I guess, and it's not even a theory; it's confirmed. Constantine is part of the Marvel. No, DC.
They are DC.
He's part of the DC universe, and I think that's sick. Constantine
is a very underrated movie, that's for sure.
It's another one of those that I felt like was underfunded on purpose. Like it was it was undermarketed. Like,
well, think about it. When did it come out? Like late 2000, like 2010.
I think it was early 2000s.
Was it?
Yeah,
that
it was
was
an older
when
movie.
they were making like X-Men movies and like its own Spider-Man series.
That's when CGI really picked up.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, especially with the like
not for the better, I could say.
Yeah,
I don't like the CGI.
No, not in the 2000s.
No, not from current day. Current day CGI has worsened because they want to make it so realistic.
Yeah, and you know what? That I saw a lot of that in John Wick 4.
You think so?
So like if you pay attention, if you play video games, like you'll notice like ragdolling. Like they call it ragdolling. Yeah. And so like when you hit like in one of the Spider-Man games, when you hit a person, like they ragdoll everywhere, like they're flying through the air.
They just fling away.
There was a lot of that in John Wick 4.
Really?
And I honestly think
maybe because of the background, you being a gamer, you might notice.
Like I pick up on it.
Yeah, because my brother took film theory.
Okay.
And after he took film theory, he was like, "Oh, this is predictable," or like,
"I feel that way about music."
Yeah, like it's like, "Oh, you know what's coming."
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what keys or what features will change.
Okay.
So maybe it's just that, because for me, it was the best movie ever.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is John Wick 4. I feel like the only reason they put the ragdoll effect in there is because John Wick 4 came out and was being created at the same time as Cyberpunk, which is that video game that Keanu Reeves was like the main character in.
Right. Yeah.
And I think what they did was they literally, like, I don't know if they did it to save money or if they did it to keep the people employed. Yeah. But I think what they did is they took the CGI directors and like the actors and they directly implemented them into like the John Wick 4 movie. And I think they wanted to I think it's experimental, honestly. I think they wanted to test it out to see like, will it make the movie better? Or will people like respond negatively to it? Yeah. Because a lot of people like the ragdoll action stuff.
Well, it's one of these movies that each sequel, it gets better and better. And they just have to up the ante at that point.
Yeah, and honestly, in John Wick 4, the ragdoll thing worked because it did feel like that. It was like, damn, like I feel like I'm controlling homeboy right now. Like,
yeah, it feels like you said, very well. That shot, remember that aerial shot where it looked like a video game where he was like fighting these.
That is specifically the cyberpunk stuff I'm talking about. Yeah,
that was so cool. I thought that was cool. Have you? I don't know if you did. You even know there's this guy who created Minecraft within Minecraft.
No, why?
Well,
how
he made it. He made it possible. He like coded within Minecraft and created Minecraft in like 2D. And the reason why I say that is because simulation theory, right? What they say is that if we're able to create a simulation, it would guarantee that we might be in a simulation.
I never heard. What is that theory? I've never heard that.
Well, it's called the simulation theory.
So what's the context behind that though? Like why do they think that that's possible?
Because if he has created Minecraft within Minecraft, wouldn't that be like another simulation?
So the concept is that if we can do it, anyone can? Is that?
No, if we are able to do it,
that it's possible.
That we could have been created in that same way. Like, it's like, okay, so if he was able to create Minecraft within Minecraft, what stops you from thinking that we weren't created?
This is anxiety inducing is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like, where does it end?
Yeah, I know, right? A simulation within a simulation.
Yeah.
Like that Rick and Morty episode.
Want to do top 5? Let's do top 5. We'll do top 5 fruits.
Well, I can't eat fruit.
What do you mean you can't eat fruit?
I'm allergic to most fruits. Or not necessarily allergic, but I just can't eat them. It's like avocados are given.
Is avocado a fruit?
Yeah, because it has seeds. That's what makes it a fruit.
Because that's the tomatoes are fruit. That's the whole argument, right?
Like, have you ever heard? A lot of people are like, "Oh,
so you can't eat peaches."
No, I can eat nectarines though.
Why can't?
I think it's a softness. It might be a texture thing.
So you're not allergic. You just don't like them.
My body refuses to take it. Like its intake of that sort of fruit.
Like you just like regurgitate it or what?
It's like I get nauseous and then I like begin to have cold sweats. It's weird.
I don't know, dude.
I start getting itchy on my throat.
That sounds entirely like it's like that sounds like you were trying to get out of eating your fruit as a kid.
No, I love
it. Sounds like your mom was like, eat your fruit or you don't get dessert.
Nope.
And you were just like
eating everything until I realized, and this was recent, they say your body changes every 7 years. And when I turned 21, I was like, fuck, I can't eat fruit. I was just like, nope, I can't do it anymore.
So you can have fruit flavored stuff though.
Yeah, fruit flavors.
So like if I gave you like watermelon lemonade.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. But I can't eat the actual watermelon slice.
I call bullshit.
Oh, I promise you, this is how it works.
You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen you eat fruit.
Hardly, no.
Let's do top 5 desserts. Okay. What's your number 5? So
from 5 to
so yeah.
1?
So we'll say like, and we're not talking about like least to best. We're talking about like if you were looking at a menu of 10 different things and there was 5 of those like of your favorite things ever. Yeah. What would be 5, and then what would be like the number 1 thing that you'd have every time?
Okay.
What would be number 5?
For me, number 5 would be ice cream.
Ice cream? What flavor?
Chocolate.
Just regular, just anything on it? Chocolate,
yeah, no, just normal chocolate.
That's not bad. I think my number 5 would have to be like and you're gonna hate this. I already know you're gonna hate this. It's like if I were at a sit-down restaurant and they had it,
yeah,
it'd be cereal.
Cereal.
Cereal is a dessert.
Any type of cereal.
Cereal is a dessert. No, it'd have to be like it would have to be like, obviously like most cereals are unhealthy.
Yeah. But
it would have to be like a super unhealthy, like Reese's Puffs or like Cocoa, but like something just like that. It's
if I were to do that, I'd probably go with either the Reese's Pieces one. What was that? It was a specific.
They had a Reese's Pieces cereal.
Yeah, they still have it. Yeah, that one or the cinnamon one. I forgot what it's called. I don't eat cereal.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yes.
Yeah. So that would be my that would be my number 1 pick.
That would probably be it, or Cookie Crisp.
I forgot about that's a throwback. Holy shit!
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, Cookie Crisp. That's not even a cereal.
No,
that's just little baby cookies.
Baby cookies. Yeah. Like I used to eat the Nilla wafers.
Yeah.
As cereal. I would just put a whole bunch of Nilla wafers and then just pour milk and eat it like that.
That doesn't sound good at all, though.
It's so good.
No, don't they just turn to mush in like 0.3 seconds?
Dude, just eat some oatmeal. Like it because
go grab some oatmeal, some flavored oatmeal.
That'd be top 10.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your number 4?
For my number 4, I would go with tres leches cake.
Not bad. Is there like a specific spot or like does your mom make it?
My mom makes a really good one.
She makes a good one. Yeah. My number 4, I feel like would have to be cheesecake.
Okay.
Like just plain cheesecake.
I agree.
Because I feel like cheesecake, it's third. So you're going to go with cheesecake for your third?
Mm-hmm.
Copycat.
I know.
No. I feel like plain cheesecake for number 4 is good because there's like levels to cheesecake.
Yeah, there's different types of cheesecake.
The higher in tier you go.
Or like...
Well, you can't do strawberry, right? Because you can't eat fruit. Fuck out.
I just forced myself into eating it.
Yeah. So your number 3 would be cheesecake.
Cheesecake, yeah.
Let's see. My number 3. I'm trying to think of what desserts I usually eat. I think my number 3 would have to be like a warm brownie, like a hot fudge brownie.
That was gonna be my second one. The brownie. Yeah.
We should start dating.
Special brownie.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, number 3 would have to be a hot fudge brownie. Like even with like a little.
Have you ever tried the Costco brownies?
No.
Oh, they're so good.
Didn't even know that Costco.
Oh, actually, it might be Sam's Club. Sam's Club makes these like little brownie bits. They are so good.
Are they like they're in like the plastic container and it's just like little brownie bites? Mm-hmm. So I mean I think a lot of places sell those, and we used to get the ones at Walmart, and they'd be gone in like,
Oh, Walmart has a good bakery.
dude, because they'd be those and it'd be a massive package too.
Yeah.
It's like there's no
Like
reason I should have sat down and ate half of
36
that.
pack.
Yeah, but it was like the greatest thing when I was eating like that. It was the greatest thing that I ever had in my life.
My number one will be controversial for you.
Wait, so you said your
We're
number
at
two,
right?
Okay, what's my number
My
two?
number two would be brownie.
Okay, like a regular brownie.
It could be as it comes.
Okay, my number two I feel like would have to be ice cream.
Ice cream.
Because it's and like I like and this is again this sounds stupid. I like the non-dairy ice creams.
Non-dairy, like gelato or like
I guess
sherbet?
Yeah, I guess like the more froyo type stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like I don't know if that'd still be ice cream, but
Is yogurt so dairy? I think it is. But
no,
or why?
No,
it is.
No, why did you just insist on just trashing everyone's food love? First the corn dogs for Sarab, and now me with my yogurt.
With the yogurt.
Anyways, yeah, my number two would have to be like, I don't know, like a frozen dessert, like ice cream or like, I don't know, because they're very convenient. You buy little pints.
Yeah, you could just take it on the go, and you remember those small ones that they used to give out like as kids that had the strawberry or the chocolate. I think they sold those at Walmart.
The Neapolitan.
No,
you're not talking about the bars.
I'm talking about the ones that had that like wave-ish like container, and then it had like the ice cream.
It kind of looked like a fruit cup.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like soft serve.
I could go for those.
What's your number one?
Number one, and you're gonna hate it, but I love flan.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be flan, but it's only because the way, and I don't know this because I don't like it, and I feel bad.
Well, we discovered why you didn't like it.
Caramel, right?
Caramel. Yeah, it's just the way it is.
But the reason I feel bad is because I tried your mom's. We were telling them, I was like, I don't like it. You can give me whatever flan you want, but I don't like it. And I felt bad because I took a bite of it and I made a face. I was like,
it's all right. I mean,
but I made a face, but then I said out loud, and you looked right at me. I said out loud, I was like, yeah, I hate this. And I pushed it away.
I think I still ate that one. That's
no,
how
you
much
did.
I like it. I'm like, I'll take his piece.
You did, but I just remember I could have gone about that a better way. I wasn't saying this is this.
Well,
this
the thing is
disgusting.
that I kept insisting. Come on, go ahead and try it.
Yeah.
This is different.
And then I remember we talked about what's in it, and yeah, it's the caramel.
Caramel.
Which I don't completely hate caramel. It's just it has to be masked with something. If it's in like a Starbucks drink, then yeah, obviously it's just loaded with a bunch of other sugar, and I can't even taste it.
Yeah.
But the fact that for flan, it's just rich, it's a prominent taste, and I'm just like, dude, I can't. It tastes to me, and it sounds weird to me. It tastes like rubber.
Like rubber.
Yeah, it's that smell of tires burning. Yeah. It smells or the smell of just fresh rubber. You go to a tire shop. That's what caramel does to me.
What comes to you?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but so if you were to pick flan, it'd have to be from. Would it just have to be for your mother's, or?
It would probably, that'd probably be
the best. That'd be the best one.
My number one would be my mom's flan.
Yeah, I don't blame you. She's a good cook, so I'm sure she makes good flan. I can't be the judge of that because I'm not the best person.
Next time we'll make flan. We'll put the caramel on the side.
Yeah, substitute. Dude, if you substitute for
imagine lechera.
Is there cinnamon already in it?
Yeah, but my brother's allergic.
See, if she made
cinnamon flan, that's
your whole family's just allergic to the world.
Allergic to everything. Yeah.
Cinnamon comes from a tree.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It's the bark, right?
Yeah, it comes from the bark of a tree.
I always wondered why it was so perfectly spiraled. But it's if you grab a
one of those cutters, the shavers.
A shaver, either a shaver or that chisel. You would be able to
the sharp chisels
like that.
Yeah,
it's so crazy to think.
Yeah, and I wonder. I kind of want to buy it raw because I wonder can you just chew on it? Is that a thing?
I think so.
And if you can, what is it like? Is it spicy?
Woody?
Is it got more of a wood thing to it? Is it spicy? Is it but then also you want to make sure you get a piece that.
And where do they grow them? What area of
True.
The world
also,
has
how
cinnamon
thick are
trees?
How thick are cinnamon? Is it a branch or is it a big ass like sequoia trees. All of my number ones are so like
I was
health
thinking.
driven.
So okay, so one of my top 10, and this is so unhealthy, probably be like a bazooki, where it's like the
from like BJ's,
yeah,
the
from
BJ's brew
BJ's,
house.
like yeah,
How they do those
how
like
they
the
have
pizza
the cookie,
cookies.
and then they have a la mode, where it's like the
Yeah,
ice cream on it.
it is so much though. Like it's so much like to eat. Like just the first bite, it's like okay, yeah, that's a lot of
It's
chocolate. Like
overwhelmingly
yeah,
good,
but
but
it is. It's it's amazing. Yeah, I feel like you know what? I feel like my number one dessert would have to be just like simple fresh cookies, or chocolate chip
just
cookies.
like made cookies, yeah,
Yeah,
homemade.
it's simple. It's like you can buy those little Nestle bakeable ones,
Yeah,
like the ones that are already made for you. You just pop them in the oven for like 9 minutes and then go to
you
town.
got cookies.
Yeah, cookies all day for like
I should
the
have
next 2 minutes.
figured when I said cookie crisps, and you had
Yeah, I lost my mind.
You're like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
mainly because that's a throwback. I mean,
Yeah.
Cookie Crisps. Like I don't. Do they even still sell those
I
in
think we
stores?
still do.
And that's where we stand in the world of desserts.
Wow,
If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
that's a very interesting question. Very interesting.
And
I don't
why?
even know if I want to.
Yeah, right.
Imagine being scarred.
Yeah, because it's like, and if you were to switch lives with them, like
For
you
a
would
single day.
yeah, for a day, but you would inherit everything. Like you would literally be living their life.
But you would be aware that you're them.
That's a good question. Yeah. Yeah. We'll say like it's not no. We'll say like it's a Freaky Friday situation where it's like you know that this isn't you, but you just
have to live it.
Yeah, that's where you're at.
Wow.
This is gonna sound super cliche.
Your dog?
No.
No.
Well, maybe because this dude is spoiled.
Yeah, no, that guy's.
But I also wouldn't want to be a dog because I feel like there's a lot of spots where like they can't scratch. And that would piss me off. Just like, just thinking about it, like I feel bad for him. Yeah, or someone like having control over me. It's like that's not okay. I feel like the person that I would switch lives for a day with, and this is just to see if like the hype, like how it is to live in the hype, would be Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that guy's handsome.
Because you know, right there it is, right there.
It's like, damn, Ryan Reynolds.
And it would literally just like it wouldn't be like use a credit card, nothing. It wouldn't be any of that. It would just be like, does he really walk around like, and people are just like, there he is. Like, there's Ryan Reynolds. There, you know how like everyone's obsessed with Ryan Reynolds. I need to know like,
what does he do?
How do you
handle being Ryan Reynolds?
Like, what kind of mental fortitude do you have to walk around with like that being the opinion of the world? Yeah. And then it's like, how do you not rub that off onto family? Because he's got kids and everything. He's got a wife.
You don't think about that. Like, it's like the rest of his family, his extended family.
Yeah.
He's got cousins and everything.
So I feel like I'd want to live. So I guess the question behind the question is, if I were to switch lives with them, would I also inherit their abilities to do what they do? Or would I still be like in my own mental space? Where it's like, I can't walk around like Ryan Reynolds walks around.
You'd probably be too self-conscious about it.
Right, because it's like,
I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it's because like what they show, what we see is like if you're a celebrity status, you have to like walk around like with hats and like sunglasses on, so people don't recognize you.
Or be like, what's his name, Adam Sandler, who doesn't care.
Basketball shorts and a tee. Yeah, he doesn't care.
Largest tee.
You never had a dream where it's like you see through someone else's eyes? No. That's
a thing.
I mean, I've had a couple of those dreams. It'd be like it's a dream where it's like it's
like a third perspective, like
not even because like it could be someone like I've never known before. It could be like some just random dude walking down the street and like I know that it's not me because like I'll look at my features. It's like, okay, this isn't my body.
Yeah.
And then like I'll just start like going about my day like as this person.
Wow.
You never had a dream like that where it's like you're just like in a movie?
Nope, never.
No, me neither. Never happened.
So I'd probably go on a hype also. I'd choose Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
That guy's massive. Just the fact that he's massive and he's also like one of these great character people, you know, like he's got great qualities.
Yeah.
How hard he works for everything he wants, you know. Yeah. And to see his transition from being how he was early 2000s to now, that is crazy.
What's funny behind The Rock's acting career though is like they always say that he plays the same character in every, like they write it the same way.
Like the little whimper.
Yeah, like the
like the
underdog.
nice guy.
He's the underdog, and then like by the end of the movie, he's like the shining star. There was a movie about wrestling, like wrestlers, and it was like centered around like kids or like teens that want to become wrestlers or something. It was, I think it was like maybe a British movie. Like I think it was like a UK movie, and I remember it was like a big deal because it focused on like how difficult it is to get into like the wrestling. Yeah, because I get like wrestling is it's obviously like it's acting and all, but it still requires like body hardening. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it required like these kids. I think it was specifically like this girl. She was trying to get into wrestling, and people were saying that like she wasn't cut out to do it, or maybe she was like smaller than all the other kids or whatever. And not just that, but like obviously all the politics involved. And I remember
Fighting with My Family.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember like the title like being in big white or big yellow letters. And I think it was Fighting with My Family. Because it was a wrestling family.
Yeah.
And so it was like her dad was like a famous wrestler. Her dad and mom were like famous wrestlers or something like that.
Yeah, like Dwayne's dad was a wrestler.
Yeah, and I think he even made him and John Cena. I think they made they made cameos in the movie.
Wow.
Because they were like, it's a tough industry, and so they wanted to like, I guess, they wanted to give like that presence. Yeah, they wanted to represent.
Wow.
And I don't know. You were talking about The Rock, and every time I think of him now, for some reason, I think of that movie because I just remember like there's a struggle to get into every industry, and it was like wrestling is one of those I would have never thought like, oh wow, like this is crazy that this is this difficult.
Now, do you think this is because of the WWE or WWF back in the day?
I think it has everything to do with just entertainment as a whole. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Amro from the Twigs podcast. We had a That's the Way It Goes moment where we lost a little bit of camera focus towards the end of this second episode, and then also lost some of the audio, and so we apologize for that. This is going to wrap up this second episode, and to make it up to you, we'll try to put out some bonus content. We're going to end up launching a playlist called That's the Way It Goes Side Quests, or Twigs Side Quests, if you will, where I feature some other guests that have mentioned that they want to come onto the podcast, and we're just going to tell some stories, some loves, some opinions. Those of you who have been watching, thank you so much for streaming. We are excited to continue on with this, and stay tuned. See you next week.